My name's Tom Conlon. I'd like to welcome you all to the Silverbank. This is my 21st year on the Silverbank and our second week. And this is a really magical place. And what I'd like to do now, explain to you what we expect of you when we interact with the whales. We're visitors here, okay? The biggest thing I gotta stress, we have to respect them. We do things on their terms, not on ours. If we do that, we're gonna get great encounters. So the way it kind of works, over the years, I've been asked by the government, the most recently was about 3 years ago, to write the regulations for out here. The last time I rewrote the regulations, it was about 60 pages. I did them in Spanish and in English, and they accepted all of them, okay, as to what we're supposed to do or how we approach whales here. If you do listen to what we say and you're not aggressive in the water, you will get some great encounters, okay? But we have pretty strict guidelines as far as what you can do, and that's what this is all about.
All right, everybody put their mask, fins, and snorkel on.
But when everybody get in the water, either side, okay?
We get into the boat. What does this mean? Coming up, 10 o'clock.
Anything that you hear me tell you, it's my opinion. One of the things that drives me nuts about marine mammal research is how matter-of-factly researchers talk. They are fin slapping because of this, or this is what they're doing in rowdy groups. I don't think we'll ever really know why they do certain behaviors, okay? It's how we perceive those behaviors in our terms. Mothers can hold their breath 20, 25, 30 minutes. Okay, so if the mother's resting, we know that calf has to come up every 3.5 minutes. So we're timing it. You're gonna see us with stopwatches on. We're timing their behaviors so that if we're working a whale and they're traveling, and in a traveling mode because the calf is burning more oxygen, all right, she only can still hold her breath for 2 to 3 minutes, and now all of a sudden she's been down for 3.5, 4, that tells me that they settled. So we stop the boats and we wait for the calf to come up. Because mom stopped. All right, the calf's not swimming, she's not burning as much oxygen.
So if they were born here and they go back up to a feeding ground, odds are they come back down here every year to mate. Guys, get ready. I just do a flyby. All right, slip in the water and come right over here. Let them come to you, right to the stern of the boat. Just go ahead, slip in the water. Give us that? Yeah.
There's really no standard terminology for what you're seeing out here. And what I mean by that is you could be watching a rowdy group, which is when the whales are competing to get next to the female, and they call it a rowdy group, or maybe they call it a competitive group, or they call it a surface active group, okay? Or you have a fin slapper, when it raises its pectoral fin out of the water and slams it down onto the surface. Well, they might call that a peck slapper, or a flipper slapper, okay? None of these are right and none of these are wrong. It's just not standardized, okay? One of the things that I did when I first came out here in the early 90s, I worked with Yona, which was the year of the North Atlantic humpback whale. And what it was a collaboration of 7 nations that got together to do DNA testing for the first time. And I offered the boat that I was with, Coral Star, as a support vessel. And for that, I wanted to pick the researcher's brain. Because when I first came out here, I had no clue of how to get near a humpback whale, because nobody was really doing it. In the early 90s, people didn't get in the water with big animals. Cocos wasn't started yet. You know, it just wasn't being done.
Right there, look, underwater, they're up. Battle! Going down.
I'm a firm believer that if we are working a whale and I feel that this whale has had enough, we're going to let him alone. Trust our judgment. Keep in mind, if you have a 45-foot humpback whale, you got a 15-foot pectoral fin on one side that weighs 1,200 to 1,500 pounds. You got a 15-foot pectoral fin on the other side. And while some adults are very passive, the males, our testosterone is off the walls right now. All they want to do is mate. All the females are in estrus. Even after giving birth, within 30 days, they're back into estrus again. So the males want to get laid. That's simple as that, okay? And you'll see a different look in their eye compared to the females.
Look at this.
We're going to have mornings or afternoons that the whales are everywhere, and then all of a sudden, you know, for 2-3 hours, you're hardly seeing anything. Keep in mind, this is a big area out here.